Welcome to part 11 of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and oh boy, guess where we are?
Oh.
We're inside the stomach of the Sarlacc.
Ew.
False advertising.
Oh.
They told me it would be 1,000 years of pain and agony.
Oh,
my
jeez.
god, this is
I wonder if we
terrifying.
can find Boba Fett in here.
No, again, this takes place before A New Hope. What are you talking about?
Oh, before, okay. So like
It's-
Rogue
it's-
One kind of stuff. It's like Rogue One.
Again,
like-
this game is non-canon. Remember that. At least not anymore, anyway.
At least this game came out before. This game came out before Sonic's Dream Collection.
That is, oh, you're trying to make a reference to the
Oh
weird.
god, the giant big in there. Ugh.
Oh,
It's
what is
pretty much the
that?
same thing. It's pretty much
I'm
yeah.
going to hell with me.
Oh, God. Can you imagine if Starkiller happens to walk through a tunnel and he suddenly sees the giant big the cat?
Oh
He'd
god.
probably turn around and just
It's
think
like,
to
no,
himself, "I
no,
don't
no,
want to
no,
know."
no, no,
No,
no, so much, no.
No, I'll tell you what he would do. He would slash at it furiously with his lightsaber.
He
No,
probably,
he's not that
he's
bad.
probably
He's not
just
like-
saying it's not worth. He just probably.
I
he just,
don't wanna
like,
know.
He just look at him, just like.
I don't want to know. And just turns around.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like I don't have time for this. Yeah, that's what he would really act like. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking Dark Starkiller, you know.
Oh.
Oh yeah, then he he
Yeah,
probably
this section's a little
he'd
annoying.
probably kill him.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to like talking.
Whoa, what's going on?
There's this huge current of wind blowing all over the place, and I have to wait for it to stop and take cover behind these things in order to move on.
Yeah.
Wait, make sure you have cover. Actually, yeah. Okay, they can't get you from here.
Yeah, which is why I'm staying still until the wind stops, and then I will proceed.
Yeah. That's...
If only he was in God mode and somehow he can walk away from wind.
yeah.
Anyway,
And look how dirty Starkiller is, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
mention that. Yeah, the graphics are actually pretty on point with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how the wounds kind of like stay with you basically through battle and stuff.
Ah!
Oh. Oh yeah, he's out.
Well, that was quick.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
so bad.
But yeah, just try not to look too deep into that. Unlike Will.
Boba Fett,
Like-
Boba Fett really sucks if he's having that much trouble getting out of a Sarlacc.
You know, I actually did see.
Well,
She's still
it's
in
funny-
there.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
it's funny you say that because in the extended universe, expanded universe, he did get out of the Sarlacc, but because that's no longer canon, he's apparently still in the Sarlacc. And the only way he'll come back is if he somehow appears in Battlefront 2 campaign, or if he somehow appears in the new movies. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If anything
Actually, do you
happens.
think? Actually, real quick, do you think Daisy, John, and Adam will actually reprise their roles as like Rey, Finn, and like Kylo Ren? They did it for Lego Star Wars, but yeah,
I'm pretty sure they will. Yeah,
I hope they will.
yeah, for Battlefront. If they did for Lego Star Wars, why not for Battlefront?
They did for Disney Infinity as well. So yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
it's pretty safe to assume that they'll return to voice their respected characters.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot, actually. Maybe it's because they haven't been acting a lot. They're kind of like new to the scene a little bit. They have a lot of acting experience, but just not. They haven't been in a lot of stuff, not new stuff. That's why. I'm so glad they cast so many unknowns or just like little known actors for like to play these guys in Star Wars. Like nobody had opinions on them because like nobody knew what they were most famous for.
And it helps us better define these characters as new, because this would probably be the first time we see these actors. So.
It's like it's kind of like Spider-Man. You know, like almost nobody knew who Tom Holland was. He just said, "Cool, that's nice." I don't know. I haven't.
You got to be Spider-Man, kid.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just like that's cool. I guess. I just didn't know how good he was.
He's also the
until I
proper.
saw him.
He's also as old as the character is too. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
it's perfect casting right there. It is perfect casting.
He's about our age. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, he's a little. He's like
High
16,
school age,
15.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Well,
16.
here's a good question, guys. We already asked each other who our favorite Star Wars character was in the previous part, but here's a slightly different question. Who is your favorite out of the new Star Wars characters from like the new trilogy, like Force Awakens and all that?
I like Finn.
It's still Finn. It's still Finn, man.
Of course.
Finn or Kylo Ren?
Mine is a tie between Rey and Kylo Ren.
My favorite might be Finn, but the thing is, like, my favorite parts about Finn is his interactions with Poe. So
I actually like the droid.
No,
actually, I like the BB-8 droid.
BB-8.
BB-8, yeah.
Speaking of BB-8, I know Will's seen this, but I'm not sure if any of the rest of you have. Did any of you see that animation of BB-8 trying to wield a lightsaber?
Oh no, I didn't.
It was on the official Star Wars website. It showed just before it premiered just before the actual release date of the first Star Wars film, like the 40th anniversary date, basically.
Nice.
And it was very, very funny, and kind of cute, yeah. We get it. BB-8's adorable.
The cast loves him too. The cast loves BB-8.
I just like droids.
Of course, I know that.
Droids have always been when it came to original trilogy characters, it's always torn between Luke and R2-D2 for my favorite character.
And I do want to ask, is it just me, or does R2-D2 scream a lot like Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead?
I'm pretty sure you asked this question
Well, Star Wars actually came before Evil Dead, so you're thinking the other way around.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, going back.
It's funnier to think Bruce Campbell though.
But I never seen Evil Dead, nor do I know about Evil Dead. So yeah,
I'm not the horror type, but I hear
you and me both, Malcolm.
Yeah, but he's a pretty funny guy.
The closest thing I've ever
Bruce Campbell was awesome.
The closest thing I've ever seen / played that's horror related was the original Resident Evil for the PS1, but that's because it's not really that scary and it's just funny. Because
The Last of Us counts, right? The Last of Us.
Not really.
No.
I mean, it scared the crap. Zombies or the infected. Sorry, not zombies. The infected scared the crap out of me. It's like basically. I first saw him basically, yeah, but yeah, the story itself is kind of like not exactly horror, but like just like the themes itself are kind of like feel that way.
How about the Saw video games?
Oh, dude, I'm never playing those Saw games, or I'm never seeing those movies.
I heard those games are really crappy too.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Don't believe me? Watch the SUV review of it.
There's also a sequel, which I heard was pretty bad too.
Yeah, but moving away from the horror genre, despite us still being in a dark area.
Actually, can I say something about actually The Force Awakens?
Yes.
Daisy
What about it?
Mike, have you seen her? Have you seen like her audition tapes, or like the B-roll footage of her work, basically?
Yeah.
See with
No.
JJ.
No, I haven't.
I don't know.
It's it is so like, okay, if you've seen it, Scott, but for Seth, it is so emotional and compelling. Basically, she can cry on command. Basically, deliver lines in a way I've never seen someone her age do. I mean, like, I'm so glad they found her. Basically, it was basically she was basically like practicing a scene, like when like Ren was basically trying to find out where basically where the information was, but like with that Force kind of like a mind control stuff. Basically, she said like get out of my head. And basically, she cried on command. Basically like instantly. Basically, and when JJ said like, okay, let's do it again, she did it again and again. Exactly, no mistake. Basically, just like exactly the way she did it before. It was, I just, that's why I love all the casts of like The Force Awakens so much. She's professional.
Yeah, we all.
She better get hired on for other things after this.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, but anyway, we found Senator Organa, and yes, he is still voiced by Jimmy Smits in this game, and Jimmy Smits played him in the prequel movies. So yeah.
Did he also play him in Rogue One?
Yes, he was him in Rogue One.
Wow.
Yeah, Jimmy Smits. Yeah, and plus he goes back to Alderaan in Rogue One. He just walked to his death. Anyway, boss fight.
Oh man, that's she looks so cool. You were kidding about the whole Hot Topic stuff too.
Oh God, I want to see someone cosplay that.
I've seen cosplays of Ryoko Matoi. There's no limit to what people will cosplay as.
No
People
limit
cosplay
at
as pretty much
all.
anything, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, this fight. Now we're doing a completely unfair fight because we're fighting not only the Bull Ranker, but we're also fighting Maris Brood simultaneously. Although the big threat here is the Bull Ranker. You're supposed to attack the Bull Ranker.
Yeah, it's just like, do you guys remember like in Birth by Sleep there was this like boss fight as Aqua? You basically have to fight like this big like ice monster and Hades.
Oh yeah,
so unfair. So unfair.
It's very similar. Actually, yeah, it's kind of similar. What kind of makes this fight a little fair is that wannabe Goth doesn't really put up much of a fight.
Yeah, because you attack Hades, basically the ice monster attacks you even harder. Basically, you can't get one at it.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. Will was talking about Star Wars, not Kingdom Hearts.
No, I'm sorry. It's just that this boss fight just reminds me of that so much.
It's
I just
similar. It's similar. Basically, when like in that fight, you could just ignore the Ice Titan, just go for Hades and just avoid the things the Ice Titan did to you. As for this thing,
you can't really damage Maris during this fight. She's just a distraction and nothing more. Here, you mainly have to attack the Bull Ranker, and then you actually take on Maris head on.
Mm-hmm. And even then, Maris doesn't put on much of a fight at all. She is not that bad of a fight.
She is.
I mean, she kind of reminds me of Asajj. You remember Asajj, Ventress?
Yeah, she's similar.
Just because white skin, double red lightsabers.
Yeah,
I mean, she's not bald, so that's good. She's not bald.
Yeah,
similar in fighting style.
Plus, Maris is the same species as Darth Maul. She is a Zabrak.
Oh, the horns, right?
Yeah, Zabrak's cool.
I missed that. The horns. Yeah.
My favorite Zabrak is the one from Old Republic 2, though. He was cool.
Oh yeah.
You know, actually, speaking of Darth Maul, you know Benicio del. Actually, speaking of Darth Maul, do you remember Benicio del Toro, right? Yeah, he's like basically the Spanish actor. If you remember him from Guardians of the Galaxy, he was like the Collector basically. He was supposed to be Darth Maul. He was supposed to be Darth Maul in like the Phantom Menace, but he basically dropped that after George cut off basically 80% of his lines. So basically, he's supposed to be in the Last Jedi. I have no idea what he's supposed to be in basically. So I'm really looking forward to the guy who used to be Darth Maul. I just want to see like what exactly who he's gonna be in like the Last Jedi.
Maybe another Zabrak.
That'd be funny.
He's supposed to be he is supposed to be a villain. Like
Zabrak the Maverick.
By the way, you cannot block Maris's saber throw. Okay. Same goes with another boss fight that we'll see later on. Anyway, yes.
A while back ago, we were talking about on how anyone could cosplay as anything. Well, if that's the case, then I want to cosplay as that one SWAT bot with the "No Fun Allowed" sign. And just
oh god!
And just stand around and like, hey, no fun allowed here.
Go for it, man.
I'd rather be the random Eggman robots that with the sign that says "Goodbye, Sarah" from the Sonic movie.
Robotnik, you think I look cute?
God damn it, Scott, Lucas.
You almost called him me. Why?
I said Lucas, not Scott.
Did you just stab a lady?
No, he didn't just stab a lady. He stabbed a lady twice.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, the Starkiller is like style. But she should be dead. Okay, well, this is a game. I'm sorry. This is a game. Right?
All I can say is, ladies get their way, bitches don't.
I may not fight a woman, but I hit a bitch.
And Maris is a bitch. Come on.
That's true.
And now you see here, she decides to give up.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
their lightsabers are tiny.
Yeah.
If you want to fight more, why don't you just give up? Huh?
And now she pretty much breaks down at she's like, no, I'm not really evil. The whole planet did this to me. I didn't do this. It was the planet.
No.
Destroy the planet! Destroy the planet!
So, and she decides that she decides that she just wants to leave the planet and get away. She decides that she just wants to leave the planet, and then she'll turn her back on the dark side. And by the way, there was actually she's not in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2, by the way, unless you count the multiplayer in the Wii version. But there was going to be a Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 3, and it's possible that she might have made an appearance in that film. I mean in that game, but you know, Force Unleashed 3 never happened, sadly, because LucasArts closed down. Blah blah. You know the rest.
Oh yeah.
And also because they were taken over by Disney.
Well, yeah, that's what caused LucasArts to shut down.
For all we know, she ran off to the 2-for-1 sale at Spencer's.
I get you're never gonna stop with the hot topic jokes, are you?
Oh, God.
Nope.
Well, are you saying she's more edgy than Kylo Ren?
Not quite.
Is she more edgy?
She's more try. She's more
not
try
edgy.
hard.
No, wait. Here's a better question. Is she more edgy than Is she more edgy than Shadow the Hedgehog?
Oh no.
Stop. Can you please stop with the goddamn edge jokes for Shadow the Hedgehog? That's offensive to me.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Shadow is not edgy. He's calm and cool. Like Sonic Adventure.
Hashtag out the edge.
I really like how Kobe actually calls it edge. I like the edge.
Believe me, Shadow the Hedgehog is the main reason why I sometimes hate the Sonic the Hedgehog community, because they do the same repeated joke that is not even funny to me.
Anyway, we'll see you guys.
They should have put a gun in his hand. Sega should have put a gun in his hand. He wouldn't have this problem.
There we go. Exactly.
You mean anyway?
Shadow Edge.
If they didn't give him a gun, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Or Michael Bay style explosions.
And
Let's stop. Let's stop with the gun.
We'll see you next part.
Yeah, see you in part 12. Enough with the edge jokes.